Hey guys, looks like it's beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I certainly do appreciate it. Today's beer comes from Bissell Brothers Brewing Company. They're in Maine. This is their Sigil 3, Sigil 3. Looks like this is the third edition on this particular beer, which is an American Imperial Stout, coming in at 9.3% according to Beer Advocate. This was sent to me by my brother Rico, and he writes 9.3 blended barrel-aged stout. AB is on the bottom left corner of the label. Canned on date is both on the front of the label and on the bottom of the can. Canned on 5/22/16, and today is 9/15. No, it is 9/18/18. So it's been in the can a couple of months. Almost 4 months now. Brewery only release, sold in packs of 4. I'm not sure of the price though. He traded for it. And then he tells me about Beer Advocate's commercial description. Is a blend of barrel-aged oatmeal stout and barrel-aged barley wine, aged for months in used Kentucky bourbon and New England rye whiskey barrels. We then blended some fresh from non-barrel-aged smoked Russian Imperial Stout into the beer. So they've done quite a bit of work to get this beer to where it's at now. So hopefully it's going to be a very tasty beer. Final beer of the evening for me. I'd like to finish up with these big, heavier, dark beers. So glad I got this one from my brother Rico to do that with. So Rico, thanks again, my brother. Give me a ring, buddy. Give me a call. I want to see you come back down. Let's do a beer review or two together. Yeah. See if there's any additional information. Well, Untapped has exactly the same thing that Rico told me, so we don't have to read that again. But it is a fairly big beer at 9.3%, an Imperial or a double Imperial Stout. So let's get it on. Like I said, final beer of the evening for me. So let's pop the top on this big 16-ounce can and get it into the glass. My favorite glass, the solid beer glass, tulip glass. Pretty dark beer coming out. Let's stand it up and go right straight down the middle. See what kind of head this thing produces. Not a whole lot. And just a swig left in here, guys. And then you see a very aggressive pour. About a quarter finger of head on that beer, on that pour. Over to the light, there is none. It is pitch black, guys. It is what it is. Let's get a nose to it. Getting a slight hint of some bourbon, rich roasted malt, caramel, toffee, black molasses. It's got a nice sweetness like a barley wine. Not getting any dark fruit on the nose or any kind of coffee or anything. But I am getting some of the bourbon or whiskey barrels. Smells very pleasant. Let's dive in. Let's see what we got. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Rico. Thank you, my brother. Very smooth for a 9.3%. I was hoping for a little more bourbon on the taste. It's there, but it's, I don't want to say it's super subdued, but it's not as off the chain as I was hoping it would to be. But they blended this with barley wine and different barrel stuff, so a lot of times you'll get that. A little bit of alcohol, but it doesn't seem to be too boozy. Very pleasant. Very nice. A very nice beer. And Bissell Brothers does some nice, tasty stuff. They do. They're not available here in this part of Virginia, so I have to rely on my subscribers and to get these beers here. And this seems to be very well done. Like I said, I was hoping for just a little bit more bourbon than I'm getting, because I'm sure this is not a cheap beer to buy, since they've done all those things to get this beer where it is, with the blending and barrel aging and stuff. So very nice. So it's right out of the fridge. It's cold, around 40 degrees. So let me sip on this one and fire up my stogie out on the deck and let it come up to room temperature while I'm sipping on it. And we'll come back and see where she ends up. Alright guys, I'm back. Got a little bit left here. Been sipping on it about 35-45 minutes or so. Decent beer, guys. It's not outstanding. It's not world class. It's not blowing my hair back on my socks off. I was expecting a little more from this beer, being barrel aged and all the blending they had done in it. It is tasty. I will say that. It is tasty. The alcohol seems to be fairly well hidden for a 9.3%. But it's not. I was expecting more bourbon notes, guys. I really was. And I'm just being straight up honest with you. It is a tasty beer. And from the notes I got from Rico, he says it was canned on 5/22 of 16. I don't see that on the bottom of it. Yeah, it's written very faint on there. Yeah, it's there. It's very faint. A little disappointed in the bourbon notes that I'm getting. If you're expecting big bourbon notes, you're going to be disappointed with this one. With the barrel aging they've done, I was expecting a little more. So we're going to leave it at that. Final chug. Definitely tastes like a blend between an Imperial Stout and a barley wine. Getting the sweetness on the back end from the barley wine, and getting the rich roasted malt and caramel and black molasses from the stout. But the bourbon notes are a little lackluster. They're a little too subdued for my taste. But I did enjoy it. So once again, thanks to Rico for sending it to me. I don't think this is a 10 beer, guys. I'm going to give it an A-. 92 from me on this one. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 4.1 out of 5 in their exceptional range. It's also an A-. And to Untappd, they have it at 4.22. I'm going to say that's in the top end of their A- range, almost to the A category, guys, because you got to grade them on the curve. So just say it's an A- beer from everybody. So with that being said, if you've had this one from Bissell Brothers, this is their Sigil 3 Imperial Stout, a blended stout with barley wine and a whole lot of different other notes going in there, but nothing is outstanding more than the other. Maybe which is what they were after. Maybe they didn't want to have a big bourbon note on this particular beer, but I was looking forward to that and did not get that. So definitely an A beer, A- for me, and basically A- from everybody else. So if you've had this one, Bissell Brothers, the Sigil 3, an American Imperial Stout, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.